well, it was not understood. So, relatively at that time, a thing which was a miracle, if repeated today, will not be a miracle anymore. So, whether the miracles belong to Moses or anybody else, the fact remains that those miracles were beyond the power of the person who was showing them. That is how they led to God. On the one hand, now this should be understood very clearly. On the one hand were trained magicians, the very cream of the entire magician population of Egypt, who knew the art, who had learned the art from their childhood, and they had no equal in this realm of magic in the entire Egypt. And everybody knew, Pharaoh inclusive, that Moses had no knowledge of magic. So he was positively sure that if he has learned a small trick, he would be defeated by these great magicians. Now the magicians also knew full well that Moses had no knowledge of magic. So when they saw that Musa threw his staff and suddenly their magic spell was broken, then they understood that the power which is working is that of God, not that of Moses himself. So despite the fact that he also did not break a law of nature by throwing that staff, but suddenly the spell which was cast on the eyes got shattered. And that also happens, this is logical. A superior willpower breaks the inferior willpower. So it was the will of God, in fact, which broke that, and the staff must have worked as a sort of catalytic agent. No, the noise, the throwing of the staff, that must have created that noise which broke the spell under the will of God. So because this has been explained in the Holy Quran, we understand from this demonstration that other miracles are also explainable on the same principle. Some we know, some we don't know. For some we offer explanations, for some we cannot. But in principle we know that with the passage of time, with more knowledge gained, a time would come when all these miracles will be explained by greater knowledge of science. But still they will remain miracles. Because the person on whose hands these miracles appeared had no knowledge of that science which is known to us today or will be known tomorrow to man. And yet he was able to perform that. Now you understand, I hope you fully understand this answer, which I hope covers both the aspects of the question. Ms. Maha, I'm addressing you.
Yes, it's clear now. Somebody wants to ask another question.
Oh yes, please, yes. But it is clear to you, perhaps even before you ask this question?
Yes.
I'm asking about your friend.
Yes, it's
She's satisfied?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Good. Now the second question, please, from the lady side.
It's not a second question, but I just want a clarification.
Yes.
You have just talked about the law of mesmerism, which worked from a human being to another human being. What about the incident when Hazrat Musa threw his asa on river Nile and water split? So in that miracle...
No, I don't say it was the noise alone, because then anybody could break that magic by creating a noise. What I said was, God must have employed that moment in a manner that the noise created by the throwing of staff, or the very act of throwing of the staff, created a counter impression and helped the spell to be broken. But all this was done under Allah's superior will. Not the mere act of throwing of staff could achieve this. It got in alignment with the design of Allah. And many a time God uses His own creation to create some special effects. So I think otherwise one could have argued that why throwing of staff at all? Why not just Moses saying, break, O spell, and the spell would be broken, you know. So that is why I say God Himself uses His own nature to enhance certain effects. So this act of throwing of the staff enhanced that effect which God's will did create, and the very act of throwing of the staff was not sufficient to create that effect.
So do we say that that some miracles happen just because of God's will, and we don't understand the reason behind it?
Pardon?
Do we just understand that some miracles therefore happen because of pure will?
I say all miracles happen under this principle. Miracles and magic, these are the two things which apparently belong to the same category but do not belong to the same category, and they have to be defined before we finish discussion of this topic. Then I hope that if there is any confusion left in your mind, it will be also removed. It will also be removed, like the previous ones. The question is, miracle happens when a person has no knowledge himself of bringing about some tricks, and he has no knowledge of the future either. So the miracles do not belong only to the realm of magical performances. The miracles have a much wider realm. There are miracles of prophecies. There are miracles of the knowledge of the past, which is lost to the mankind, but which God reveals to His prophets, and their declaration of that lost knowledge is a proof that God must have told this person that. This is also a miracle. So miracles, number one, should be understood to be something of a much wider application and wider sphere than just the art of producing magic. Number two, when magic is used against the forces of God, against the representatives of God, then God counters that magic by a superior law which is not known either to the magicians themselves or to the person who is confronting those magicians. So that does not mean, therefore it appears that the miracle which occurs at the hands of a prophet of God, although it is explainable logically by the study or deeper study of law, yet it still remains miracle because it was beyond the power either of the opponents or of the person who showed that miracle in that time, during that time scale or that time setting. At that particular period in time, such things were impossible for man to produce. So even if man can produce them today, ordinarily, in everyday life, in relation to that time, those events would still remain to be miracles and signs of God's favor. Now, in the light of what I have said, if any remaining portion remains to be asked, please do not hesitate. So yes, please. Now I'm turning to men. I'm turning to Muzaffar. So if from ladies' side, if there is any other question, you may please wait for a while.
Assalamu alaikum, Hazur.
It's
just to pick up on what one of the ladies said a minute ago.
Yes.
About the question of the staff. When Hazrat Musa alayhi salam and the Israelites were